Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining eComm Unfiltered. I'm your host Katie Deter, and today we have Meesha Farzaneh. I really hope I said that right. She told me like 10 times and I probably still got it wrong. But we're so excited to have her today. This is obviously the podcast where I interview different e-commerce sellers and solution providers and just really anyone in the e-comm space. The best part, it's all unfiltered, so we kind of say whatever we want to say here. But let's dive into it. I just want to give Meesha a chance to hopefully say her name correctly, because I probably said it wrong. And then also just tell us about her business and a little bit about her.
Well, hello.
Hi.
My name is Meesha Farzaneh.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, okay. I run an e-comm business for jewelry, handmade jewelry. And pretty much I was born and raised in Texas. I went to UT, graduated psychology degree. Did nothing related to e-comm or jewelry leading up to 2019 when I started my business. But essentially, I started working with polymer clay as a form of therapy to get through some depression that I was going through. And it kind of catapulted into a full business.
So tell us more about your products. Where are you sourcing things from? How did the clay kind of evolve to what it is now?
Yeah, so the clay started as something that was just for fun, and then I was making earrings for Burning Man one day, and they were now our most popular design, the Medusas, and it really caught the attention of my online audience, and it kind of took a life of its own after that, and we started getting a lot of publicity and notable mentions online, and pretty much just followed the path of jewelry.
Yeah.
And now we are currently working on transitioning out of polymer clay into a stronger material and manufacturing consciously to provide more for our customers at a better price as well. So
that's awesome. Yeah. So your jewelry's debut was at Burning Man?
Yeah.
Awesome. So were you there promoting it, or you just?
No, I just wanted to have something cool to wear with my costumes.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun. That's cool that where you found your inspiration was kind of festivals like that, or?
Yeah, because our earrings are really statement earrings. They're out of the box, they're funky, they're weird, they're ethereal, they're whimsical. So it kind of went hand in hand with Burning Man.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I still haven't been to Burning Man, but it's kind of a bucket list item, but I'm also can I handle Burning Man?
Yes, you can.
I can? Okay, that is
life-changing. It's amazing.
Well, that's what I hear. So what are just some of the early challenges you faced starting out?
Imposter syndrome. Feeling like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a degree in jewelry design. I don't know how to run an e-comm business. So just believing in myself and my products and really just making something that I loved and I believed in allowed me to build that value for my customers. One of the biggest things that I really struggled with actually was pricing, because I was like, oh, well, people are going to criticize me for why is this price? This isn't worth this. This should be cheaper. But it was all in my head. Right. And I was trying to create something that everybody would want, that would work for everyone, and that's not necessarily how you should do it or how I decided to do it. I pretty much found a niche and found a group of people that admired and were interested in the certain style of jewelry that I was making. And of course I had to figure out how to price properly, labor and all these different costs, and also valued my own time as well. And together I just believed in what I was making, and perfect storm, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's hard, especially when you go to start out, and especially with jewelry, it's finding that niche group of people that are willing to spend a certain price point for a certain type of piece, which you said is kind of elaborate earrings and things like that. So I'm sure that was not the easiest task.
It wasn't, and now we offer a wide range of pieces at different prices and a little bit of something for everyone.
I love that. Yeah. So what would you say, just kind of thinking of those challenges you face, what advice would you give to maybe a female entrepreneur who's starting out?
Don't be afraid to ask for help. I literally was asking everyone for advice and help. And don't be afraid to be hey, I'm new. You know, when I was starting out, I was vending at a lot of markets, and I wanted to show that I was starting out, and I wasn't like, I haven't like been doing this for years. Like, hey, I'm new to this. Like, I'm just getting started. And people really love that, like, honesty. And they want to help you when they know that you're hungry and you're learning and you're a student and you're just trying to make it.
Right.
They support you more, and they will connect you with people that can help you and give you the advice that you need. So
yeah, I hear that a lot when I do these podcasts and these interviews. Almost like everyone I've met with was like, find your community. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
No.
Like, don't be afraid to just like go up to someone who's like way more senior than you or has like way more success in this than you, because they're like just great resources of information. So
vulnerability is power.
It is. Yeah, I love that. Cool. So to switch gears a little bit, like what kind of strategies do you use to build your customer base and like kind of like marketing and all that?
Yeah, so we did a lot at the first 2 years, I would say. But I started out just like within the community. So going to meetups, going to different talks, and just showing my face, talking about what I'm doing, meeting new people, entrepreneurs in the community, vending at markets, just getting myself out there. I asked for help from a coach in town, Kara Pendle. She's amazing. Kara Ceramics. If you're interested in ceramics, she has amazing stuff. She really helped me like build the structure and the foundation of how to start a small business. I also had, this is year 2, but I had hired a couple publicists to help us get into some major publications like Teen Vogue, 17, Cosmo, kind of like put us out there on like a larger scale. I was also sending my jewelry to different stylists in LA. Fun. And just like using my network to be like, hey, who's a stylist that you know? Hey, can I just send you some stuff? And it worked. Yeah. We had a really cool moment where Gigi Hadid wore our earrings to a Vogue breakfast with Anna Wintour.
Oh my gosh. I would be like,
put on Vogue. And it wasn't even the best part. After the breakfast, she went home, changed, and kept the earrings on, took selfies and posted them on her Instagram.
Okay, I need to see these like
July 16th, I'll never forget it.
July 16th of 2023?
So no, it was right at the beginning of 2019.
Oh my god.
And then that kind of really like put us on the map.
Yeah.
We also had 2 red carpet moments at the Oscars and Cannes. So the stylist route really helped a lot. Yeah. And then KXAN, they noticed, so they brought us on and did a segment and kind of spread it more throughout Austin and spread the word, which was something that I wouldn't usually think of. Yeah. But a lot of people still watch cable television. Oh yeah. I like when I'm getting ready in the morning, I'll have like KXAN on in the background just because I like the weatherman. Shout out to David Ewan. But yeah, that's amazing. And I started putting them on the anchors, the news anchors too. Oh gosh. So like they would wear them on, you know. Well,
that seems to be like super successful. Are you gonna like continue to do that kind of? Like,
I would love to.
Yeah, I have a great stylist for you. She's out in like South Carolina, but I'll get you guys connected because she would love that.
Also, offering your jewelry to photographers that work with stylists like on set that just like need cool things to put on their models.
Yeah, because then I'm sure people are like, oh, where'd you get those earrings?
And then they submit them to magazines, and then you get your mention. So, and of course, Facebook and Instagram advertising is like a big net that we cast, but all of that together and many more things.
That sounds so fun. That must be like so rewarding to be like, Gigi Hadid is wearing my jewelry.
Honestly, it was like the biggest compliment. I was like crying on the phone with my mom.
I would have been like crying, like, Gigi Hadid. She's like, Anna Wintour was in the room.
Why are you crying? Are you okay? I'm like, Gigi. She's like, speak.
I'm like, Gigi Hadid is wearing my jewelry.
It was a great day.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, that's just so cool. So kind of on that note, because we're talking about like Gigi Hadid and all these like stylists and stuff, are there like any female entrepreneurs that do inspire you, or just like other women out there who are, you know, maybe kind of in the same business as you?
Yeah, actually my best friend is my biggest inspiration, Nikki Islami. You can definitely Google her. She's a notable female entrepreneur. She started Bellamy Hair Extensions, which is the #1 hair extension brand in the world.
Oh, wow. What's her name?
Nikki Islami.
Okay.
She's Persian. Yeah. She's my age, and we actually met last year. It was like we've known each other for 10 lifetimes. Like. And she really honestly is such an inspiration because when she first started, she was selling her hair extensions on Craigslist.
Wow.
Yeah, and now she's international. I mean, she's a recognized
She's the number one brand in the world. That's impressive.
She busted her butt for 10 years and like literally made it her life and didn't party, didn't do anything but focus on her vision and her goals, and she made it. And she ended up selling Bellamy last year, and now she's really like enjoying the fruits of her labor, and now she can focus her efforts on her passions, and actually just launched a new brand this week.
Oh my gosh.
So Wild Elements is the name of the brand if you're into supplements and healthcare or skincare that are eco-conscious, then I would definitely like put that on your radar. Yeah, but she's amazing. She's so strong. She's a super powerful woman. And she just like really, she's like helped me like harness that back, because I've had like a really tough year. Yeah. And she has been like a huge inspiration.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's like awesome to have a friend like that. She's too,
amazing.
Who's like been through it, and you can kind of look up to her for things. So
and we both speak the same language. Like we share the same culture. It's almost like she was like put in my life like at exactly the right time.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so sweet.
Awesome.
Friends are the best.
They are.
I know you like kind of touched on like you had a rough year, and like I know you and I just like off the podcast have talked about 2020 and COVID being kind of a pain point in your growth. Can you maybe talk about like the COVID years a little bit, and then how you kind of are trying to rebuild from that now?
Yeah, I mean 2020 was an amazing year for eComm because everyone was stuck at home.
Yeah. Everyone was stuck at home just buying
stuff, and like for jewelry as well, because everyone was doing the video calls and they wanted to like look good on camera. Yeah. So they're like, I need big earrings.
Yeah.
And so like there we were, and like our ads were killing it on Instagram and Facebook. And so it was literally me and Sarah Jones, who's still my studio director to this day, just slinging earrings, like hand making them. Wow. We were working like, I'm not joking, like 80 hours a week.
Oh my gosh.
But it was an incredible year. But then as COVID progressed and kind of like simmered down a little bit, people started shopping more in person, and also the new like iOS changes to tracking with Google or Facebook really changed how we could advertise, and it was started costing like 30% more to run ads, and before we knew it we were spending more than we were making.
Yeah.
And so it was rough.
Yeah, that's tough.
But we had to like kind of like pause everything and like recalibrate and like create a new game plan, and we're actually really focusing a lot more on our domain health for our email marketing and putting more effort into SMS. And we're still doing advertising on Facebook and Instagram, and we've gotten back to like a healthy ROAS, but really with those three, it's working out. So
good. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you like.
We need all three.
Yeah. I'm glad you like were able to rebuild, and from just our conversation, it sounds like there's new exciting things to come in 2024 too. Yeah. So we'll definitely like stay tuned for that.
Yes, big things coming for 2024.
So you just mentioned it, but you're saying you guys are like hand making your own earrings. And you told me before we started, recording this podcast that the earrings you're wearing right now, you actually like handmade to wear on this podcast, which I think is incredible. What like inspires you to do that? Are you just like, I want some new fun earrings for this podcast?
It's a form of like stress relief for me. I started making them in the beginning because I needed an outlet.
Right. And
so sometimes just having like something that you can like play with that doesn't necessarily have to be a certain way, or it doesn't have to be anything specific. You could be whatever you want it to be.
Right.
Just whatever your brain feels like moving towards and gravitating towards. That's kind of how I like go with my, I start my design processes with an idea that's fun and wacky and different. And I'm like, okay, how can I like harness this idea into like a physical thing?
Yeah.
And so I have this like, I call it the treasure box of like so many different jewelry findings and like charms and jewels and like vintage like earrings that I've sourced that I'll break apart, and I'll just start putting things together. Oh, this looks good, that looks bad, oh, this sits better than this. And so that's kind of what I did.
I know. And like for those who are listening and not like watching this on YouTube, the earrings are like amazing.
They're kind of out there, but that's
so
my brand, right?
I love it. I love that they're like out there, and like I don't know. Like, I just feel like they'd be perfect for, well, they look adorable with your outfit, but you could wear them to like festivals and just fun things like that. Sure. So, love it.
The best way to describe my brand is like modern surrealism meets a whimsical color story.
Yeah.
Is the best way to put it.
Well, and I was going to ask you, like, what if there was one word to describe your business, like, what would that word be?
Whimsical.
Whimsical. Yeah. And I think that's perfect just from what I've seen, and I'm sure if everyone goes on like your Instagram page or your website, they'll totally understand that.
Yeah, you know, whimsical things, they activate parts of your brain that you typically wouldn't like use in like day-to-day work and activities.
Right.
And it's kind of like a distraction, and it's like a fun distraction, and it ignites your imagination. It's low stress. It's fun, you know. So that's what the vibe we try to create.
Looking ahead, like, what do you see for the future of your business? And, like, what are some of your goals?
Yeah, so I want to exceed our revenue that we've hit in 2019, and I have big revenue goals for 2024 and beyond. We also had a lot of notable reality TV, like, moments on Hulu, Netflix, Bravo, all those channels, but I really want to get into film. And get my stuff on sets, on these actresses and actors. And also, I would love to start collaborating with fashion designers for the runway. Oh, I want to create like cool, bold pieces that will really complement their designs, and like pop on the runway. I think that would be so fun.
That'd be so fun,
right?
Yeah. Well, and then like, I feel like if it's on the runway, that means it's like, you know, you're a trendsetter. It's like, I feel like you've made it. If you're on the runway, because that means like you're the trendsetter. Yeah, and it's like very notable. So.
Totally.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so now like some kind of fun questions.
Yeah, I love that.
If you could pick a celebrity or influencer to endorse your products, who would that be? And why?
So this was super easy for me to like think of. Areta, and hopefully I'm saying her name right, but I am such a fan of her social media and her vibe and just everything about her. She just wears the coolest outfits, the boldest colors. Like, she pretty much embodies what we try to create in jewelry. Yeah. And she's not afraid to just be herself. She's so unapologetically herself and out of the box and extra and vibrant and so cool. And I would love to just have our jewelry as part of her jewelry box to like style her outfits. Oh, she's amazing.
I mean, I kind of get that same kind of like energy from you. Like, you're just very like unapologetically you. So I feel like someone who's essentially like you, who's more like in the influencer celebrity space, like that sounds like the perfect person for you.
She's definitely one of the coolest influencers I know.
Yeah, so good. Okay, so another like kind of fun question. So what's the funniest thing you've ever purchased from like a Facebook or Instagram ad?
Okay, so this is hilarious. Okay, so there was this dish towel, and there's this cartoon illustration of this guy's pants, his jeans, with like a bulge, crotch area, and it says "Big Dick Energy" on it. And I've been seeing this guy this year, and him and his buddies just moved into a new house, and I wanted to get a housewarming gift for them, and he's probably gonna watch this podcast, and it's gonna give away like the
they're gonna move in before this probably goes
okay. But I was literally like cracking up the whole time. I was like, I cannot believe I'm buying this towel.
That's so funny, and that's an awesome like male duo housewarming.
Right? They're gonna love it.
They're gonna love it. They'll have it out at like every like little. I want to say dinner party, but they're probably not hosting like dinner parties. They're probably hosting like game night, like
after parties.
Yeah,
that's so funny. Boy stuff.
Oh my gosh, so funny. Yeah, I feel like I think I've said this on a podcast before, but I bought these like lights that you can put in your toilet, and they're motion activated.
Honestly, that's awesome.
And I just saw them on an Instagram ad, and I was like, wait, that's fun. And so now when you walk into the bathroom, if like the lid is up, the toilet will light up. And
that's a lifestyle upgrade.
I'm like, it's for sure. And it's nice because like instead of my husband having to turn on all the lights in the bathroom in the middle of the night or something, it's just like automatically.
Nightlife.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's so random, but
for me, it's seated toilet seats. Like, you can plug it in, you can buy it on Amazon, and it's literally like it changes my life.
I know. I've heard. Trust me, a bulge dish towel is not the craziest thing. Like, I've heard some crazy things on this podcast.
I'm sure.
Like, one girl was like, yeah, I buy colostrum that I saw on like an ad, and I was like, I don't even know like what that is.
Yeah, I know. Same.
And I still don't think I know what it is.
Oh my God, hilarious.
I don't really have any other questions for you, but it was
This is fun.
This was fun. Like, honestly, so grateful to have you come in today and do this podcast. You've been just so lovely, and we hope to have you again.
Thank you.
This has been eComm Unfiltered. Meesha, if you want to share like your Insta social or your Insta handle or whatever you want people to kind of follow you at, you can do so now.
Yeah, so our business Instagram is Meesha Farzaneh, so just my name. And I also post a lot on my personal as well, Persian Aperol Spritz. I do a lot of travel, and I source a lot of things during my travels, and I post a lot on there as well about the brand. So yeah, if you'd like to follow my journey, you can find me there.
She's a really good follow, so go follow her. Follow 8Fig, and thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time.